Hey guys, TheGamingSandwich here. So here I'm going to do a nice profile of my first place locals winning Snake Eyes list. So I'm going to go over it with 3 Deer Bells to the Black Witch. Kind of simple really. 1 Flamberg and 1 Snake Eyes Deer Bell Star. This actually comes up a lot more than this does now. Because you're using this a lot more to clear boards, and its ability to resurrect itself is a lot easier to use than Flamberg. So you are going into, I feel, this card a lot more. 1 Ash, 1 Popular. You have to be so careful with your usage of these now. You're sort of, I'd say more or less using these now for follow-up rather than like a first turn play. 2 Oak and 2 Birch. Now, I've gone for 2 and 2 because at least if you open these 2 in hand, at least it's like full combo. Well, not full combo, but at least you can do a play. Whereas at least if you have 2 of these, it's not as good. So, because if you open up at least a combination of these 2, at least it's more fine. So, I just feel like that's the better way to be at this point in the game. 2 Cashier Ephemera. You need the extra follow up. You need the +1. Also comes in useful later, but yeah, just like sometimes just going cool spec ephemera, and then using it to answer your opponent needs to kind of answer it straight away. 2 Droll. I feel like Droll is fine. If you're wanting a video on how to counteract Snake Eyes, like there's a reason why Droll is really good. 3 Ash, yeah, it's a fire deck, it's Ash, it's just dumb, so yeah, that's kind of true. Right, so we'll go with your spell lineup. So 3 Wanted, which, you know, standard call. 2 Original Sinful Spoils. You are more likely using this now, and in terms to follow up plays and actually use plays. So you again need to be aware to use the second effect to banish, and then use the Wanted to shuffle back, and then like get that extra draw power rather than using a card in the grave. It just feels a lot better. So that's like the play that's more used now. So Subversion is a really interesting card because of how I'll say like I used it in one of my matches like twice over just to keep clearing boards, and it was like summon Dear Bellstar, set this, do this, leave Dear Bellstar, they clear Dear Bellstar. Then it was like the idea was like, okay, put Wanted, put this back, do it again, clear the board, and it answered a lot of stuff, which was really useful. And clogging my opponent's zones is actually becoming more and more useful for dealing with things. 2 Field Spell, you need 2 now. You need that follow-up, just you get your monster, get it to the field, then using this to reset it back, it's just too good. Again, with Dramatic Chase, just being able to like beam Dear Bellstar, the Black Witch, in just blank trap card zone, banish this in the same turn, and at least then getting some sort of like follow-up or negation play just really plays into actually how you play the deck now. 1 for 1, which is fine. 1 core by which, yeah, you should be playing. 2 Bonfire. There's a reason for 2. I don't like bricking on multiples of this. I'd rather just draw 1 ofs. I don't want to draw 2. There's those points where you don't get Wanted, you don't get Black Witch. You get this, it gets ashed, or what is it, the new card? The new trap card. Dominus Purge, that's it. You just get Dominus Purged, and it's like, yeah, I can't do anything. So I don't like bricking on 3 of these, so 2 feels fine. 2 Talons, again, it's the hard ones per turn bricks. I just don't like them, so again, that's why there's a lot of 2 ofs. And Oil, because Oil is really good at the moment. So it's target up to 2 level 4 fire monsters with different names. You grade them to your hand, so you add one of your Snake Eyes. You also add Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. So it's just a 2 for 1. It's really nice follow up, and it's a really good card to use. 3 Imperm, all different rarities to annoy the living daylights out of people, which I find is funny, so that's fine. There's no reason I'm going to explain this. Imperm. 1 Silver. Now, Silver's really good at the moment because Silver's just allowing me to just play through boards, because negating something on 1 turn and then using, say, I've got Dear Bellstar in the graveyard, I've sent it with this to negate a play, I bring back Dear Bellstar, next turn I activate Original, they say like try to Ash it or something, I go cool, banish negate, that's really fun, and then using Wanted to cycle it back, again, a really, really good one. 2 Silhouette Trick. It's a pseudo negate. It's a body. It's a body to use as well for like ash, oak, even birch, just to like get stuff off board. And then just silhouettric as well. It's just a wall, and sometimes just having that wall will actually win you the game, which kind of happens, which is really funny. Okay, so we'll go extra deck, so 1 anima, which is kind of standard, 1 heater, again, which is standard, 1 dark, again, which is standard, Phoenix, just because you like your spell trap removal, 2 SP Little Knight. Yeah, I would more say in this deck now, 2 is really needed. 1 Moon of the Closed Heaven. I've resolved this, I think, two duels on the weekend. But yeah, this 1 week every game it was used in. It's just use this, clear the board, go. 1 IP. I think I used it about 2 or 3 times, twice, both to make SP. So that was kind of like why. Silhouette Rabbit. Silhouette Rabbit is really good. Again, it's a good, nice body to go into. Just the pop is nice and the setting of like whatever you want. Promethean, just absolute BS. So this is where it diverges. You run 1 Amber Rail. You could run other things. So if you really wanted to, you could take out 1 SP and play Zelantis, and then you could basically take out one of these cards and you can play the Phoenix. But I decided to go for Avamax because I believe that at certain points, Avamax was dealing with things that basically most people couldn't get around. So IP'd Avamax was just dealing with people a lot more. Yeah. Underworld Goddess is just too good. Again, just negating the board, negating effects in graveyard, big body, big stats. That's what we want to close the game out. And then we run 2 XYZs on the deck. 1 Flare Metal because we run 7s, and 1 Titanic Galaxy, Hope Harmonia. So just your Omni negate and your burn. Just literally just going into some matches, going into this, and just forcing my opponent to literally just play through is just a nightmare. Again, it's like if you're going first in time, just chuck this out, and people just really don't want to play you. Right, so I'm going to go with like if I'm going first for my side deck. So if I'm going first, I normally board in this for like just a negate of the monster, and then I board these 2 in just for like things like runic and stuff, so it forces them to slow their plays down. So that's why these 2s exist, and also the rank 7 package. So that's where that. Obviously, if we're going into time or I'm going into for disruption, 3 Spooky, 2 Lancia. You could argue this was interchangeable, but I feel like 2 Lancia is fine. And the Spookies came in good. I didn't really go into time and name my games, which is kind of really weird for me for once. So unfortunately, like with a couple of my matches were flunderies, so it's kind of like this just doesn't do anything because they're all normals, so it kind of sucks. But again, it's just that fact of like if you like have flare metal and they do something and then you go, oh yeah, you're going to do an effect which is special, you throw this and it's like, oh yeah, you're not in a good place. So that's a good reason. And these are your cards usually board in for going second. So 1 Kurikawa, 1 Change of Heart, 2 Lightning, and your 3 Evenly, which usually is enough to kind of clear out most games. Most impactful of these was actually Kurikawa. Kurikawa just literally ripped fields apart, left and right all day, which just felt really bad. But yeah, it does, and that's what it's there for. So yeah, that was my first place. Pure, and I used the quotations of near enough as it could be pure, apart from reading the Fenris. But I've got myself my little populars there helping me out. So I believe, from my point of view of playing, Beansmith is probably still, I'd say, the slightly superior variant. But with this, you can more interchange it with, I feel, the Azamina stuff. I don't think... Personally, I don't think like you need the Fiendsmith once Azamina comes out. I feel like as a pure build, I feel like it works a lot better because your synergies, you don't have to go into the closed moon line for no reason. So it kind of like it makes your plays a bit more streamlined and less vulnerable to interruption. Like because if you Angel Statue or Ash the Fiendsmith Link 1, it just feels really bad and it feels a bit long-winded to go into combo. Whereas if you're playing more of like a pure build, your synergies are much better. So that's fine. I mean, oh look, it's up for discussion. It's look, no one's going to ever like every build you ever do. Just because I top with locals with this, I hope everyone else, gives this build a bit of a try, gives it a bit of fun. Like, these just come in so much in clutch, just like being able to go, cool, that's fine, I'm just going to do this. You can't destroy it, and then it's like I can just sit on that for a turn. Just sometimes, again, something like that is just enough. For those who've played like in the longer games, like knowing how good Spirit Reaper was, just being able to have something that can't be destroyed by battle, sometimes it just feels really nice. So again, that's why I've chosen certain things. There's loads of big good opportunities with Birch where I've used effects like Flamberg to go off, and then I've chosen Flamberg, target SP, and they've gone, oh, I'm going to throw Ghost Mourner, and I've gone cool, chain Birch tribute the monster that was targeted, and yeah, I've gone plus insane. So just like using Birch as like a really good interruption, because you can always go Birch into, say, Birch plus field spell, Birch goes into Ash goes into Poplar, then it's like, okay, cool, so I'm going to get this, and this is follow-up. Again, it's like those one stages of thinking ahead, making your board looks inherently a lot weaker than it actually is, and that's a good thing to kind of fool your opponent with. So, again, hopefully you guys liked the video. Yeah, tell me what you guys think.